I wanted to talk to you guys outside, but the allergies are knocking me and Lucas out. I don't know if you can tell, but every day I wake up and I'm like, whoa, is my PCOS flaring or am I just allergic to the earth? 1 second. No, don't go down. I am putting on boxers. They're men's boxers. If I jump to show you, yeah. Best purchase of my life because men's boxers have this pouch that doesn't really look nice. This one is very flat, so it could be for the ladies. 100% cotton, so I don't break out on my butt. Now I'm gonna set up my light. So bright, but it's quite nice. I changed my shirt. My legs hurt like a bitch because I have lipedema. And there's like stages. Mine are stage 1. And I was gonna actually hide my legs, but I don't want to hide anything from you guys unless absolutely necessary. No. So on today's episode of Pretty Hormonal, I actually had something very different planned out. Wait, why am I not in the center? Okay, I'm centered. Okay, I actually had something very different planned out to talk about, but something over the weekend happened that I cannot, it's not that I cannot talk about it. I don't want to talk about it enough because this person doesn't deserve any free press. So on today's episode of What the Fuck Happened, my life is full of drama. I don't talk about drama because it does not deserve attention. A lot of things that have happened to me over the course of my life are so unfair. I'm not playing victim. Like, outrageous shit has happened to me that is inexplicable. But this is the point of the conversation. I genuinely believe that when you're a good person and you do things out of love and out of care, bad things and bad shit is gonna happen to you. I am an example. There's always a demon out there that is gonna try to sabotage it or whatever good thing you have. And it has happened to me in my personal life, in my romantic life, with friendships, with, I don't know. I probably have other examples, but I have suppressed those memories. And I wanna keep it that way. But there's some that no matter what, I still think about it all the time. Okay, but let me just get into what happened. Over the weekend, I started to get a lot of messages from a lot of you telling me that there's a girl who actually lives in the same city as me. And this city is very small. I could run into her. And she completely stole the entire idea, everything of what I have done. Like my life story, my formulation, Bilamend, the branding. This girl is not original. There's actual proof on the internet of her just copy pasting my work. And I don't know how she thought she would ever get away with it. You cannot fool the public. You can also not fool people that know you and have known you for years. Apparently this girl has done many things like this in the past. Like she has copied other people and claimed their work as her own. Doesn't have a good reputation, I'll say that. And that shocked me because in the world of entrepreneurship, in the world of supplements, in the world of fashion, if you make something extraordinary, there will be hundreds of copycats because you have created a trend. And that is totally normal. And it's something you just have to accept. People will always take inspiration from your work. And it has happened to me since before launching Bilamend. Now, this is one of the reasons why in the supplement world, you have proprietary blends. Some people, yeah, they use it to not disclose that they're using low dosages of ingredients, but also it's to protect yourself from copycats like this frickin' person who will steal your hard work, decrease the servings and double the price of the product to just fuck over, I don't know, the next customer, maybe potentially even your own girls. Yeah, so that is the purpose and the real truth behind a proprietary blend. It's to protect yourself from copycats and competitors. Now, I knew very well that I was gonna get copied because I gave my recipe out for free. It's still free in the world today because my goal was never to make this a product. My hormone balancing Mona, can you make it for me, by the way?
Of course.
I haven't had it today. So, well, that's getting prepared. Grazie, amore. Sorry, by the way. I think were you working? Thank you. So good. Ah, almost broke my tooth. Oh, my queen. Oh, Ginny. Thank you. Bye. Where were we? So, backtrack a little bit. I knew from the beginning that I was going to be copied or I was going to inspire a lot of people because a lot of people picked up our blend. They started to make it themselves. They started to see results. And for people that are in the industry or people that love business and making money, they're going to see that as a proof of product. And they're gonna say, oh my God, let me beat her to it, or let me do the same thing, brand it differently, and make money off of this. A lot of people have done that, like from all over the world. There's like someone that did that in Brazil, did that in the States. There's people that have actually reached out to my team members, asked for a consultation, and just completely interrogated them on how they made our formulation, why they made it that way, why they add this thing, how to go about it. And they could tell in 2 seconds they were just trying to like rip us off and take what the hard work we've done and do it themselves. Point is, there's products in the market that have taken a massive inspiration from us. There's women that have taken my guides that are for free, that I put out for free. They took me so long and it's so much hard work to put them out. And again, I never wanted to sell anything to my girls. I believe knowledge should always be free. The only thing, like again, my formula, I'm not a genius. My guides, I'm not a genius. All of this fucking information is on the internet. Just a lot of people don't know where to look, where to search for it. They don't have the goddamn time, but I did. And I have the massive like fire in me and desire to find it and to fact check it and to really find things that were sustainable. And so I just made it into a guide and give it to you guys for free so you wouldn't have to go through that fucking process. And in the whole process, I got scammed as well. So I learned lessons. And again, people saw that, took a ton of inspiration from it, changed it enough and added to it that it looks like it was their entire thing, idea, whatever. And then they charged like $70, $100 for it to the public. I never called anybody out because I don't believe it's I don't believe in giving them free press, first of all. I don't want to be a mean girl. I don't want negativity. I will do that when you put somebody in danger or when it's actually like ridiculous. I've done that in the past. But when it's direct to me, I have to realize one thing. I can be petty and I can be angry about the fact that somebody just did that to my hard work. And on top of that, they're like profiting off of something that should be free. Talking about the guides. But the end result that has kept me calm is the fact that at the end of the day, this is gonna help another woman. Whether the woman is gonna find that person or me, she's gonna either download my guides for free or pay for hers. The end result is they're gonna get help, or they're gonna get better, or they're gonna have some value that is gonna help them on their journey. So that's where I just drop it and I say, you know what? It's not really that bad. But then there's other people that do this because they are narcissists. Their ego is huge and they want to become saviors. And they take somebody's life story, brand it as their own, change it a little bit, but this one didn't even do it enough. Copy pasted a lot of things that I now have proof. Like I ran it through a website that you just like copy, paste, text, etc. 99% similarity of text. It's ridiculous. And then it just becomes blatantly obvious. You're here for the power trip, you're here for the praise, and your intention is not really to help women, other than the fact that you're also doubling the price and giving them half of the servings. Oh my God, people are wild. And it's one of us, and she's young. But if you're listening and you're getting angry, I just want you to know one thing. People that do this, and I'm not gonna lie, this fucking job is fucking difficult, guys. It's supply chain, it's logistics, it's marketing, it's food safety. It is like people ingest your product and there's regulations in every country. Like it is not an easy business. If you don't have the desire and the love and the passion to truly and genuinely help others, it's not gonna work. It's just not gonna work. And karma is my friend. Karma is a bitch and she is my friend. So do not be angry for me. I'm not gonna mention this person because I don't even want you to find out who this person is because she doesn't deserve your attention. And that keeps me sane. Just knowing that at the end of the day, the truth always comes out. And also, how do I know about her? Because our community is already pointing it out. They're telling her, hey, we know what's up and we know what you did. They're like little detectives. I love them. They're like screenshotting everything every single day that like, there's like a new thing that she says. They're like putting it in a file. They're amazing. Our community, nobody fucks with us. But it brings me back to my point, which is it is so fucking unfair how many times that the most unfair shit happens to the best people. And the best fucking people in the world are the first ones to die. And like, there's so much injustice. And I feel like people are just so hungry to destroy or sabotage anything that is good. I've never understood it, but it's happened to me enough. And I've seen it also around me enough times to become incredibly aware of it. And there's a fine line to whether you should invest your energy there or if you should assess the situation and see if that environment is even worth you staying around. Now, I'll say this. I was in a previous relationship before Lucas. Sorry, Luki, if you hear this. I love you.
That's okay, I'm fine. I got the ring, though.
I know. I have to talk about this. I was in a previous relationship. Actually, it was like my first one. Nice guy, but I was a very, very nice girl. I've always been a kind person. I was raised that way. And I feel bad about bragging, but no, I'm just educated. I'm a nice person. I have no malice. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I'm not jealous. Sometimes I feel like it's a bad thing because I'm like really not a jealous person. And I've had a very balanced mental health. Well, that's not fucking true. No, but I've had a really, I've been very emotionally mature all my life because I turned 50 when I was like 12. So that helped a lot. And so I was nice. I had a good relationship with this person. He was very kind. I wanted somebody that was normal and peaceful and not an asshole like every other guy at my school. And I was in that relationship and there was never a problem. But as the relationship got older, matured, there started to come, like, I started to have a really, really bad relationship with the mother-in-law, his mom. And I didn't understand why, because I was so kind and I would like bring her gifts and she would never even thank me for them. And I'd be like, what the hell am I doing wrong? Why does she not like me? Is it like a Latina thing? Like, because you know, sometimes mother-in-laws are very overprotective over their sons and they're very jealous, but I'm like, there's no way. Like, I don't get it. And it wasn't until like years later that things actually started to get really, really uncomfortable, that I started to realize that it was a person in the family that was feeding a ton of lies and gossip to the mother, saying that I was saying shit behind her back, that I was trying to get in between the marriage of her and her husband, trying to break them up, and like that I was trying to, I believe what I had heard was that I was trying to make sure that they would get divorced and the dad would give all the money to his kids and not her, so then I would in turn have more money, or some wild thing that, again, I don't even know how you come up with that unless you have insider information that obviously I never spoke to her. It was, hello, ma'am, how are you? Bye. But this is where I had my last straw because she was incredibly rude to me. My boyfriend at the time finally spoke up to me and was like, hey, what the fuck did you say about my mom? She's going crazy and she's yelling at me. And I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? Nothing. You know this. I'm with you all the time. I'm always glued to you. What are you talking about? And this is where I realized I started to get very heated. I started to defend myself. I started to literally give all of the details of how that would just be an impossible situation. How would I know this information, etc. Trying to prove my case that I was innocent. But then I realized, fuck, in the last almost 2 years of this relationship, this guy never stood up for me once. And if the mom keeps thinking these things, you know, who is her friend that is feeding her all of this? At the end, I figured out it was like her 40-year-old friend that was doing all of this. I don't know, it was to like sabotage her because she hated her, or she hated me. Bless you. Or she hated me. But I had this realization and I was like, shit, do I really want to be with somebody that is never going to stand up to me and is always going to just, I don't want to insult anybody, but like in a way, like be a mommy's boy. And it's like, boy, like stand up for me and your mother. Your mother's being also like misled. And I realized I was going to be in a situation where there were a lot of people around me that were spreading a lot of rumors, that were just saying very negative things for whatever scenario. I was making my case. I was trying to prove my innocence, but nobody was even listening to me. They were not respecting me and they didn't give a shit. And the ones that knew it was true, they didn't even speak up. And that's when I left. And I said, you know what? I'm fucking tired, because if these people actually had balls or had the ability to communicate with each other and finally speak up and solve this mystery, point is, they were not that was not them. And I left. And it taught me a big lesson about how sometimes if you keep having drama in your life and you're having all these issues and people are trying to sabotage you, one, you probably have something that's very beautiful or something that people desperately want because it's difficult to get. Those things are usually genuine. You're passionate about them. And when those things combine, you probably have something special. Or you're just in a scenario where there's personalities around you that are just not gonna make you better. They're not going to protect you, and they're just going to drag you down with their misery or the hate that that group has between each other. The latter, well, you just got to be prepared for that. Well, you have to be very careful who your friends are, who you're with. It gets very difficult once you realize all of this shit after you get married, or if you really, really love that person. It gets very, very difficult. I'm not gonna lie. I feel really bad for the people that are in that situation, but choosing yourself and standing up for yourself and removing yourself from those situations and putting boundaries is a freedom that your body's gonna thank you for. You're just gonna be glowing. I swear to God, the moment I left those situations, my life changed. And it's like I lost weight. Like I dropped the inflammation. My cortisol was much more balanced. I slept like a baby and I felt and I looked better. Glow ups are real. So yeah, leaving a toxic situation, 1000%. But when you're building something like an artist, you're a creative, your craftsmanship, whatever you do, entrepreneurship, supplements, formulations, patented products, nothing hurts more than being copied, but it is the biggest form of flattery. That saying is so true, but it is so painful to be copied. I can't even tell you where my blood pressure was this weekend. My heart rate every time I was seeing this girl speak, the same way that I speak and she's making her videos, like the same way that I do them. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm the blueprint, but I'm her blueprint. Woo! Yeah, it made me feel like shit. I couldn't even work for an entire day. My heart rate was through the roof, but I realized that's how you know you made it. And you just have to believe and trust in yourself that at the end of the day, people can copy you, but they will always be waiting for what you do next. They're never gonna be able to do what you do, of the quality, of the intentions. They're never gonna have the success that you will have because people are intelligent and they can smell something that is genuine and something that is bullshit from miles away. And that has kept me sane and grounded. And it's another reason why I have to shut the fuck up now. I have to stop speaking, go in a cave, and just do all of this only for myself. No. This is a risk of putting and sharing what you know and what you love into the world. Same with relationships. Sometimes I get scared that I always share my story and all these moments that I have with Lucas online, and he's all over my Instagram and everything that I do. But, you know, this is a man that many women have tried to get in between our relationship, manipulated situations, created false gossip that destroyed my relationship with his mother for over a year on complete false bullshit. I'm telling you guys, I haven't even talked about this. This shit happened again in this relationship to me because the girl was absolutely and utterly in love with Lucas and wanted Lucas and was like, okay, the best way that I can take this girl out of the picture is through the mom, because she knew the mom very well. What did Lucas do in that situation? He fucking protected me. Even when his mother was yelling at him and saying, you should never be with a woman like that in front of me, like insulted me and all these things, I have to say, I would have probably reacted the same way if I was in her position and I had been fed crazy lies, like guys, out of this world accusations. I would have probably said the same thing. So that is completely forgiven. I try to block it. But even in that situation, he stood up for me and he took me by the hand and he said, I don't give a shit if I don't see her. This is not fair to you and I'm going to protect you. And that's when I knew, wow, he's the one. Being in that situation, I'm not just going to say, wow, he like took me by the hand, rescued me, etc. No, it was very difficult. It's very difficult to not have a good relationship with your family or your in-laws, etc. It's always going to be a stress because you want everything to be perfect. But, you know, shit happens. It's now better. The cat came out of the bag. His mom figured out through another situation that woman created that she was completely insane and batshit crazy. And so we're now a very, very happy trio. But it's fine because Lucas never, ever stopped standing up for me and protected me. When you have people like that around you that will stand up for you and protect you and know you truly for who you are, I don't think any of those crazy manipulative people will ever stand a chance. If you're not with somebody and they're just trying to tear you down for who you are and trying to come at you, nobody will ever have a chance if you know who you are and you have insane internal confidence. You'll just laugh at them and that will piss them off even more. And when it comes to anything about your work or how you earn a living or a book you wrote, etc., no one will ever come close to how extraordinary you are, and the cat always comes out of the bag. In fact, there's a very, very famous doctor that I love. I love everything he teaches. I've bought his books. I've read many of his studies. And when I was building Milamend, I consulted a lot of people to help us develop and perfect our formulation. I think like 10 people have visited our formula and helped us improve it. Many actually said, don't change it, don't touch anything, which was amazing. But then it's like, it took you 10 weeks of work to tell me that. It's a good thing though. Well, one of these brilliant, brilliant doctors, PhD, unbelievably decorated genius. Well, he used to work with this doctor. And I told him, hey, so like you still work with him, right? And he goes, absolutely not. I cannot stand him. He has plagiarized, no, he has taken my research and published it as his own, not once, twice. And a lot of his findings and what he would say in like private conversations with him ended up in his books. And he completely took all of that man's ideas, and I felt so angry for him. And I told him, why didn't you never speak up? And you know, it's just not his character. I could tell it pained him a lot, but guess who's being called out by other doctors for doing those exact things? That guy. It doesn't last. He's had years and decades of success being on TV, being in all these things. I really liked him, and I thought it was all real. The truth always comes out. And I'm sure that now this doctor or the researcher is incredibly happy about it. Okay, I have to end this video like really quickly because my light, I didn't think of it. The camera's in front and it overheated it because it's so powerful. So yeah, basically, I'm pretty sure that researcher is having his day. He's finally at peace after decades. Sometimes it takes decades. But the point here is, if you're a good person, karma is our friend. And let that bring you peace. Because these people, they do not deserve your attention. They do not deserve to be spoken about. Don't say their name. You don't deserve to be in your vocabulary, in your mouth. Do not waste your energy speaking about them. Yes, in the beginning, it's super important that you vent to a few friends and close people around you that you trust. But after that, drop it. Trust in karma. You're a good person. It's going to be fine. It might take some time, a very long time, but it's going to come out. Trust in your peace. If it seems like it's not going anywhere and these people are just going to constantly disrespect you, terrorize you, etc., probably not in a place where people are respecting you and they're just not the ones for you. Leave them. Fucking leave them. And I know that sounds privileged because there's some people that are in terrible situations, but if you find the strength to leave, fuck, you're going to feel so much better. And it's going to help your health. Like, I swear, so many women, like the majority of autoimmune diseases, we carry them. It's women. We carry so much stress, so much anger, and I don't understand why. Also, like, mean girls. Like, why did it have to be one of us that is now trying to scam other people, trying to create another spin-off of Milamend that is just complete bullshit? I would have understood if it was like a dude somewhere in the world that was just trying to make a quick buck. Why did it have to be another girl? Why are there so many mean girls? It's just a reality. Like, I love girls, but there's so many girls that also wear a costume that they say they're a girl's girl, and they're really not. So yeah, just protect yourself. Make sure you're surrounding yourself with good people that are gonna always stand up for you, protect you, because those are the winners. Those are the people that you need to be with. And know that copycats, all these shitty people, they don't deserve your energy. Do not think about them. Stay in your lane, be incredible, keep doing what you're doing, be at peace, and fuck them. Fuck them, honestly. Keep making them mad by not giving a shit about them, and just watch them fail. So, with that, oh, my hair's so frizzy. Yep, time to do a mask. Thank you for listening to me. I'm so sorry. I gotta go because my camera's gonna melt, and it just stops recording. But I will see you guys on the next video with Miss Milky. And let me know what you want to see. I might do my skincare. I've gone through hell with my skin in the past months, and it's finally getting so much better. I don't want to jinx it. Who knows? Maybe that was like my bad karma because I pissed somebody off. I don't know. But if that is the case, karma's finally gone, and I have a lot of things and tips to share. So yeah, I love you guys. Ciao. Oh, you're hungry? You're a good girl. Oh, I'm gonna feed her. Bye. Bye.